Hello, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. We made it.
We made it.
We made it.
It's been a week.
Yes.
And we came on 9 minutes late. I'm so sorry. We have
Same.
a lot going on. All right, so we're just going to dive into it.
Yes. About to start week four.
Wrapping up week 3.
Very important for a lot of reasons. We've got double carb day.
Yes. So most people started that week 3.
Got it?
Yes.
And we've had some people reach out about it and they gave it a try. They gave it their best shot. And maybe, a few clients were like, I didn't quite reach my double carbs, but I also went over fat
and protein.
Be sure, we always say, read the shred guide, but look at the list in there of really carb focused foods. Because you're not doubling everything. You're just doubling the carbs. So let's give a couple examples. Like I'll do burger night with the family. I like to add my bun, right? I'm getting some more carbs that way.
Adding
rice.
syrup to your pancakes, not sugar-free syrup, just like regular syrup.
And that's not super filling.
No, not filling at all. Fruit is an easy one. Grapes, mango, pineapple.
Dried fruit even adds up really fast.
Quick.
Rice, my husband's half Chinese. Rice, I've learned over the years it only takes a little bit of rice to get you to your carbs. When you go out to eat at Asian restaurants and they fill the bowl with rice or noodles,
rice is cheap, protein's expensive.
Correct. So a little bit of rice is a great one. Potatoes, if you like potatoes.
That's me.
Sweet potatoes.
I'll air fry them so I don't double my fat. I'm doubling my carb. There's some potassium in there. There's fiber in there. There's some things that are better for me than maybe if I had used real syrup on pancakes.
Sure.
Or protein pancakes. But even just regular pancakes can be high in carbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super satisfying.
Very satisfying.
Yeah. So just wanted to talk about that. Remember, you're not doubling everything. You're just doubling the carbs. And if you need help with that, please reach out. Make sure you've given us permission to look at your MyFitnessPal diary. That looks a little different now. We learned that from a client. MyFitnessPal keeps, changing and upgrading things. But now when you complete your diary at the end, then I've got a little blue button that I can click to look at your diary. So that's tricky because, actually it's not. If you are literally planning your day ahead and you complete your diary, so like today you're planning for Saturday, you complete your Saturday diary, then I can look at it.
Yes. And then the other question we had was, double carb day, does it have to be the same day every week? Yes, it does. So that's in the shred guide. So I love that we got a text message. I did glance at, I should have read my shred guide a third time. I'm doing it now. And that's what Amy means. Like, you're going to miss things that don't apply to you the first or second time you read it, right? Double carb day, you're like, that's down at week 3. I don't need to read that. And then when you get there, you're like, I've already read the shred guide. That wasn't in there. It probably is in there. So just read it again. But yeah, doubling the carbs. It's really easy to do. It really is. And if you need help doubling your carbs, like she said, just text us, reach out to us. We have lots of ideas, especially me, because I'm team carb.
I'm team fat.
Yes.
And she still won't give me a double fat day. So
No double fat day.
I
give y'all plenty of fat to regulate your hormones, so we're good.
And you're not a bad student if you're like, oh shoot, I missed that in the shred guide.
Right.
It's
Trust me, I miss things every day.
Each time you
that I
read
should
it, each time you read it, you'll pick up on something new, especially as it applies to you.
Yeah,
for sure.
We're the same person. We showed up in the exact same outfit on accident. Like the 10th time in the last 3 months? Yeah, on Tuesday.
Like, guess we'll wear this.
Yeah, okay, cool. We're just same person. It's good. It's good.
Same but different. All right, we also had some questions about free foods. So we had a client reach out. Can I dive into this?
Absolutely, please.
And my voice just sounds tired. I'm sorry.
We're both really tired. Lots of senior things going on, and she's got the in-laws in town.
Woo! All right, it's a big week. Free food. So we had a client reach out, and she was worried that maybe her macros were too low or not enough because she was starting to feel super hungry all day. She's like, I remember you saying, I'm going to feel so full I can't eat all this food. She's like, that's not me. And as your body and your metabolism rev up and you start to wake up hungry and hungry, you're properly fueling your body, and your body's like, I trust you to fuel me now. I'll start letting go of some fat. You will start to feel hungrier. Your deficit's getting greater as we move through the shred.
And you're supposed to get hungry. And we talk about this in the shred guide or just lives, but it sucks. As you start to shred fat, your body starts to get hungrier and it wants to move less because it doesn't want to lose weight.
It wants to find homeostasis, right?
Which is why we have a double carb day to spike the leptin to help you feel full.
Got it.
Because the leptin decreases as you lose weight, and that's why you feel hungry, right? So it is a good sign when you're starting to feel hungry.
It's exciting. So I asked this...
Go ahead. I was going to say, but in order to shred fat, you kind of have to fight the hunger. You have to stay true to your macros. You have to stay active because your body wants to sit its butt on the couch, right? So a lot of people, as you start to lose weight, your body gets less active on purpose. So you have to be like, nope, got to get my 10,000 steps in. But what you're about to lean in or say is you have to lean into your free foods.
Free foods for sure. And, try to get, we've said this before, but I'm just going to repeat it. Free foods in every time you eat. Every meal. And I was giving the example, I'll make an omelet in the morning and I'll throw a ton of spinach in there. Super healthy, tons of nutrients, but it's also going to help me feel full and more satisfied as I throw a bunch of spinach in my omelet. Some people put greens in their shakes.
I do. I always put greens in my shakes.
Kale and
I just put spinach,
but I can't get past it visually.
I don't like kale, but I'll put. Oh, you mean the green?
In the shake. I don't know. I'll cook it and eat it.
Here's a great way to get double carbs. I used to make a shake that I loved and had a ton of spinach and had a pear in it.
Ooh.
With vanilla protein powder.
Yum.
And the pear gets you to your carbs.
Same idea. Pineapple.
With lots of fiber.
We'll do that too.
Mm-hmm. Pear has more, I think, fiber. But yeah. But pineapple has bromine in it. So every fruit has something good in it.
Good something.
Yeah.
Lunch, instead of just a shake or a little bar, you can do a big salad.
Yeah.
Put all the free foods on. I mean, you can slice up roasted Brussels sprouts, big old bed of romaine.
Throw some cabbage in there, broccoli.
Cabbage.
Here's something I use. I'm going to put the recipe up soon. To snack when I'm in a big deficit. I got on the scale this morning and I've been trying to tighten things up and it's happening quick. My body just does it quick now. Since my summer goal, now it's bouncing back quick. Sometimes
you trained it
too quick. I've trained it. But it's also because I make the deviled eggs, the buffalo chicken, and it's all protein.
Yeah.
And then recently, I'm going to post a recipe, I make buffalo protein dip and I get celery, cucumbers, and broccoli, and I dip it in the protein dip. The protein dip is made out of Greek yogurt, cottage cheese that you puree together, and a little bit of mayo and buffalo sauce. So I'm getting fiber and protein at the same time as a snack. It's so good. And what's awesome about the dip is the base is always the same.
Okay.
The cottage cheese, the Greek yogurt, and the mayonnaise, and you blend it, you puree, so it feels like a decadent dip.
Creamy.
The half a tablespoon or a tablespoon, depending on how much you're making of the mayo, is what makes it decadent. But you can put taco seasoning packet in there.
Oh, that's true.
Use it as a topper if you're making taco potatoes or nachos, a protein topper. You can put onion dip in there.
Oh, and even ranch.
Or ranch seasoning in there. Yeah. So
yum.
It's so good for a high protein veggie dip. Even a chip dip. I'm not saying eat chips, but
you can have some.
I love a good chip, so does she.
I do love a good chip.
So it makes you feel a little bit better. You're dipping it in protein instead of just fat, right?
Well, I love that. The broccoli, the celery, and what was the other one? Cucumber. I'll have a crunch.
I like English cucumbers, yeah.
I like the chips for the crunch.
And ladies, if you're in perimenopause or menopause, you need that extra fiber. You need more than the 25 grams. And I need to update because we don't have Mastermind Menopause anymore. We're gonna just make that an ebook, but we are going to make the Mastermind Menopause trackers in the regular program.
Okay.
The Mastermind Menopause trackers has you track fiber as well, that you're getting at least 25 grams, and really you need more.
35 is what I've heard you say.
Yeah, if you're really fighting perimenopause, the belly gain, or menopause, you need to get 30, 35. So it has you track that, which is easy to do in MyFitnessPal anyway. It already tracks it for you, but you have to throw your free foods in there, right? Because we make it easy for you not to think about. So you probably are getting more fiber than you think if you're eating your free foods.
And you can add the free foods in when you're planning your day.
Yeah.
But to look at the fiber, but then take them
back out. Yeah.
So you can make sure you hit your
Which is an
macros.
extra step and kind of pain, but the fiber is so
It's
important.
yeah.
But it also has you track that you take your supplements, vitamin D and omega specifically in those, and then it has you track your sleep. So that's going to be the new regular tracker.
Love it.
Yeah. We're talking about free foods.
Free foods.
Get them at every single meal.
Point. I was just giving examples. And then at dinner, I've shared this before. I love to just throw like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and cauliflower is what I like to do. They're all free. Throw them on a pan. Spritz them with oil spray. So light that I don't have to track it.
Right.
Enough that my seasoning, whatever I choose, my free seasoning, whether it's, sometimes I put steak seasoning on there.
Yum.
You know, like what, I love that.
I like kickin' chicken. If you've ever heard of it, it's a Webster.
That one.
I like to put it on my chicken when I air fry chicken.
Okay.
But I love to put it on my air fried potatoes.
Ooh, yeah.
It's a good seasoning and it's got a little kick to it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
So as long as it's got enough spritz that the seasoning sticks, roasted in the oven, typically 30 minutes, and then I'll kind of shake it around halfway through. Sometimes it just depends. It's about 30.
Free foods
But
are
they're
your
free.
friend.
Snack on them. They're there. They're ready. Keep them in the fridge. And when I eat them again, I don't heat them. I'm weird like that. And they're cold, but they're also kind of sweet.
You guys, salads I know are boring, but when you are in a fat loss phase, it is one of the easiest meals for you to help keep you full and satisfied as long as you have your protein on there. It really is. So you can think, okay, like for me, if I make the pizza egg bake in the morning and I drink it with the Fairlife shake, that's 75 grams of protein. I remember the first time I was like, I don't even know if I could eat lunch,
Or divide it up.
Well, I was about to say, like, I make them in individual Pyrex.
Okay.
And we've got lots of feedback from you guys who are like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. We had a guy shredder who's like, this is so good. And, and I can just cut it in half and eat half of it, put the lid on, because I love individual glass Pyrex because you can throw it in the oven.
True.
You can pre-prepare it, put a lid, put it in the fridge. Then you can take the lid off, put it in the oven, and then you eat half of it, you put the lid back on and back in the fridge, and you didn't ever have to change the dish, the pan,
have to wash
nothing.
another thing.
It's one pan. So like for me, what's easy for me is I'll eat that with a Fairlife shake in the morning. That's 75 grams of protein. And if I have a salad for lunch, which is all free foods with, 4 ounces, I'm already up to over 100 grams. If I have 4.5 ounces of chicken, already over 100 grams of protein.
How to fit it in. That's nice.
Yeah. So you just have to be strategic and you get better every day. It is a skill. It is not forever. We started filming a podcast and we say that, like, it is not forever. It is a skill that you hone in on, not to create intuitive eating, but to create educated eating, right? Once you educate yourself on portion sizes, on macros, knowing that you need to get all 3 of them, knowing that we need to lean into protein and fiber as we age, it just becomes easier.
Eating enough.
Eating enough.
Macros.
If you eat enough every single day, then you won't binge on the bottle of wine or binge like on me. If I undereat, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go get donuts at Shipley's. That is me. That is how
Because you're so hungry.
Or I'm just hungry
chips.
and I haven't eaten enough. My body's like, I need to make up for the calories quickly.
Yeah.
So then I go get donuts, which is not good for my arteries, my cholesterol, my blood sugar, right?
My skin,
sleep. If I had just paid attention to my eating enough food every single day, then I never would have wanted the donuts, right? And so this is what we talk about, when people think that this is so easy for me because I've been doing it for 11 years now. No, it's not. And I don't know, I've had a lot going on this week, so I haven't been posting to Instagram stories very much at all. But before I kind of came to a halt on Instagram stories, I posted. John couldn't believe I didn't hit the button. I pulled up Uber Eats. I was going to get 5 Guys burger and fries. I was starving. Literally was in my basket, about to order, and I was like, no.
Wow.
I've got Master My Macros meatloaf with free food. And then I made, for French fries to satisfy that, I made my French fries in the air fryer. And I was full. Imagine that. And didn't crave the burger, which, by the way, Uber Eats kind of puts an estimate of calories. I would have, with the burger, which was a small burger, and the fries, it was like 1,500 calories and like 100 grams of fat.
Oh, God.
So I could have done the calories, but I couldn't do the fat. And not enough protein, too many carbs and fat mixed. So it's a challenge for all of us, and which leads into motivation is not going to get you through it.
Yep.
Discipline is going to get you through it.
Really quick, I mentioned that rice adds up quickly towards your carbs, but I've been surprised at how much potato
Can add up.
I feel like I'm getting
how
more
much potato you could
Like,
have
how
in
much-
rice. Yes.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? The quantity.
I feel like I get more potato for my carbs than I do for the rice.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
It does.
So I'm going to gravitate toward potatoes because it's
More
filling,
food.
savoring, and more food. It makes me feel more full. Speaking of that, really quick, I do want to jump in and say, if you are finding yourself hungry, yes, try to fit free foods in all day long. All day long. You can have as many of them as you want. Help yourself feel full. Make sure you're drinking half your body weight in ounces in water every day. But also look at your plan for the day in your diary. Are you gravitating more towards shakes and bars, which are not going to be as satisfying? They may help you hit your macros. They're okay for travel and like quick pinches, you're in the car, whatever. But if you can take the time to plan, right? And I don't mean you have to do the cute little packages of food, but just have some meat on hand, whether it's rotisserie chicken or you baked a bunch of chicken ahead of time, but have the food on hand to plan ahead to have a big old bowl of cabbage and salad and put some taco meat on it and, seasoning, whether it's salsa or I've been eating they have organic packaged salads. They have them at Whole Foods and they have them at HEB. And I have been able to, because I plan ahead and I am a fat lover, so I love my dressing. But I've been able to plan ahead and like, one night I ate the whole
Salad.
thing, the whole bag. And I tell you, I was like getting full and almost tired of chewing by then.
Oh.
But it was so satisfying and I felt so full. And I put rotisserie chicken on it. It was so fast, so easy, and it fit. It fit in my day. So gravitate towards whole foods, especially in the shred time of this cycle, versus packaged food. And I did want to share a quote.
Yeah, please. No.
2 quotes, really?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, here's one. Do you have low motivation? Stop trying to motivate yourself to be more disciplined. Discipline yourself to be more motivated. And that's where consistency comes in. You talk about that a lot. Action leads to momentum. Momentum leads to motivation. I wanted to share that one. I've got one more. Self-discipline begins with the mastery of your thoughts. If you don't control what you think, you cannot control what you do.
Correct.
That's what we got.
Yeah, that's what we got.
Let us know if you have questions.
Yeah, excited for everybody.
Me too.
Yeah, we've been busy, and the Pure Bar Coeur d'Alene people.
Yes, y'all are on a little bit of a different schedule.
You're rolling into week 4, which is your last week. So dig in because yours was a more accelerated shred than the rest of the group. So most people change their macros every 2 weeks. You guys changed them every week. So it didn't give your body as much time to kind of settle in, but that's okay. Talking to Jamie, that's specifically what she wanted, something quick and dirty for you guys to see quick results. But when you send in your body composition report, we'll put you into maintenance macros, and then we'll have an option if you want to keep shredding to get whole new 6 weeks of shred macros on top of your maintenance macros. So
awesome.
That will be out for you guys. But all right.
We love you.
We mean it. We'll see you guys. Mwah.